Yeah, good evening, everyone. Is I am audible to all of you? Okay, fine, guys. We will start the webinar within next 20 seconds without any delays. We can start the webinar within next seconds. Okay, fine. So, if my voice is audible to you or any other technical issues you have, you can just directly comment over there so we can rectify before starting the webinar. I think I am audible to all of you. Okay, fine. Now we can start our webinar. English, please. Mohammad Murad. Okay, sir. Fine. We can take today's webinar in English. No issues. Yeah, actually, we are planning to put our all the videos in English, so we can cover more audience as well as all the guys will get benefited. Good evening, everyone. First of all, okay, so welcome for today's webinar. Today we are going to discuss about alarm management and its importance in process industries. So this webinar is going to be very useful for you because it is a very unique topic, and I hope I'll give you some introduction about that. First of all, we will start with the introduction and just a little bit put the highlight on major aspects of alarm management, because it is not a very small topic. Actually, it's a very diverse topic. Okay, so we will start one by one. Gopichan Jaiswal, good evening. Fine. Okay, so after that particular session, whatever doubts you have, you can ask me with regards to alarm management or with regards to your any doubt with regard to safety or whatever it is. Okay, fine. So we can start now. So guys, I have created this particular webinar in a structured way, so we will move one by one. Okay, so everything will be clear during the webinar. So first question will be like that: what is an alarm? Okay, first of all, we are going to understand about alarm management. Okay, we need to understand what is the alarm, meaning of alarm. So see, as per ISA 18.2. Now, what is the meaning of ISA 18.2? ISA means International Society of Automation. Okay, so it is again a standard developing body. So it have created one standard. Actually, they are working on that standard on 2003, because previously there was lots of accidents in process industries. Okay, because of the ineffective alarms. So that's why they have started working on alarm management. Okay, they have started to work on alarm particularly. Okay, so after 6 years, they have put their hard works, their expertise for 6 years and come with a new standard that is called ISA 18.2, management of alarms in process industries. That is the name of that standard. After this session, you can check out that standard within Google. Okay, if you want comprehensive understanding about that standard, you can just check out with Google. Standard name ISA, International Society of Automation 18.2, management of alarm in process industries. Okay, so it's my request to all of you, you just take one notebook and write down that important points, because today I'm not using any whiteboard and all. So whatever the important points you can find out, you can just write down them, and after that you can Google them. Okay, so after your Q&A session, you can ask, if you points you can ask directly me. I'll give you the answer. So now, as per ISA 18.2, they have defined that alarm is an audible or visual signal that can alert the worker or alert the operator, okay, about any process deviation, any emergency, or any other problem which is in the process plant. Okay, basically, if you see that alarm management standard, particularly or alarm management standard, okay, it is totally you can say it is like totally dependent on process industries and energy sector, because as we know that we are safety professionals, and these are the sectors which are highly hazardous. Okay, so that's why they are more focusing on these sectors. Okay, so this is the meaning of alarm. Now question comes here is, what is the meaning of alarm management? So as we know that process plants are very complex areas. They are very big, lots of equipments, critical equipments are there, lots of hazardous processes going on, so there are chances of something wrong. Okay, things can go wrong anytime. So at that time there is a need to put lots of alarm in traditional ways. When if we talk about before 30-40 years, so at the time fixing the alarm, doing the maintenance of them, it's very costly. But nowadays installing the alarms, maintaining them, it's a crucial because it is one of the legal requirements, as well as the risk is too much high, and any result in deficiency in alarm management and can result to lots of consequences, like for example deaths, casualties, as well as catastrophic events which is not accepted by society. So that's why it is a very you can say very important need to manage the alarms. Now as we know that industries are complex, so at that time we are using lots of alarms over there. Thousands of alarm, hundreds of alarms we are using. So at that time when we are using the alarms in that much high quantities, so at that time management is required. Now I'll give you one example, simple example. See, everywhere, for example, if we are working in industries, working in construction sites, so at the time lots of workers are working there. Good evening. Working there, so at the time workers management is compulsory. Sometimes we are working in industries, lots of cables are there, cable management is important. When things are too much high, now number of things are too much high, so at the time management is required. So the same case is applicable in alarm also. We are using hundreds and thousands of alarm depend upon the size of process plant. So at that time it is required. HSC Learning Academy, hi bro, hello, good to see you over there. I hope this session will be useful for you. So at that time management is required. So alarm management. Now we understood what is the meaning of alarm as per International Society of Automation 18.2 standard, as well as we know what is the meaning of alarm management. Now we will go some basic definition. After that we will lightly touch the important concepts of alarm management. Fine. Now what is the purpose of alarm management, its scopes? Also waiting for this one. Fine. So see, alarm management purpose. So lots of I'm going to explain you what is the purpose of that alarm management standard and what is the scope of that standard, where it is applicable. So see, that particular standard, if you see that the standard name itself, ISA 18.2, management of alarm systems in process industry. Now it is clearly saying that that particular standard is applicable to process industry sector. Now what is the meaning of process industries? Any industries where there is a flow, you can see some sort of flow. Majority of the flow is there. For example, I'll give you the examples of that: petrochemical industries, pharmaceutical industries, chemical processing industries, offshore drilling rigs. These are the typical examples of process industries. So directly these particular ISA 18.2 will be applicable to these industries to identify that if any process is there, it is going above and beyond the critical level. So we can control them with minimized duration of time, because there is a graph. If I plot one graph over there, see, if something goes wrong, so we have very short duration of time to think about that, to identify that particular situation in our plant, and to control that by any system. As you know that DCS and SCADA, distributed control system, and SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition system. So you can write these 2 points, DCS system and SCADA system. These are two important systems which we use in process industries to take a overall look of that plant. Now what is the meaning of overall look? So see, plants are totally, you can say it's a big in size, so we cannot stay at a particular place every time. So at that time these systems, SCADA system as well as DCS system, distributed control system, and supervisory control and data acquisition systems, these systems help us to identify the movement of each and everything within the plants. Now how? These are the basically computer screens. So inside that computer screens there will be everything, whatever equipment, whatever tower, distillation columns we have, everything will be displayed in your computer screen. And every type of flow, temperature will be mentioned over there. So if something goes wrong over there, it will tell you. So you can take necessary action. Sometimes this action will be manual oriented, matlab you need to go over there and by manual efforts you need to control, or you need to rectify the situation. Sometimes it will be a functional type. You can say you can directly control from SCADA or DCS systems. You don't need to move around the plant, because we don't know at a particular time which location there will be a problem. So if that location is far away, around 800 to 900 meters location, so at that time it is not possible to run too much fast and control that system. So at that time we can use some automated control systems, what I have explained you in functional safety. We can go for that. So now you understand what is the meaning of that particular alarm management, what is an alarm and what is the scope of the standard, as well as the need of that standard. Now ISA 18.2. Now there will be lots of confusion regarding ISA 18.2. Is it applicable to me, or is it applicable to any other industries? Because see, when initial stages, when we are developing ISA 18.2, so there are lots of industries, they are telling that we are different, we don't want this standard ISA 18.2, why we need to implement that? So at that time there was a section inside that they have clearly mentioned for those industries where that 18.2 ISA 18.2 will be clearly applicable. Okay, previously I gave you some examples for industries. Okay, again I'm repeating that example so you can get more clear. Those who are newly joined, for them I'm again repeating that examples. All sort of process industries, examples of process industries: pharmaceutical, chemical. After that your drug explosive industry, you can not a explosive industry, it's a fertilizer industry. Okay, so like that examples you can tell the process industries. Okay, so for these particular industries there will be applicable ISA 18.2. even there is a standard called IEC 62828, like that standard name is there. That is also a, you can say, International Electrotechnical Commission. They have also identified that ISA 18.2 is a crucial element within a process industry. Okay, so if you study function safety, that particular alarm management segment is very important, because if the processes are not properly controlled. Okay, now I'll tell you one thing. In the process safety, what is our aim? Our aim is to protect or prevent the releases of hazardous chemical into the environment. So how can we prevent this? By controlling the process, totally controlling the process. Okay, now for controlling the process we need to have a robust control system. Okay, robust supervisory control system. So at that time if something goes wrong, okay, we need to react on that particular wrong thing as soon as possible, because if we will not react, it will go above and beyond, because there is a graph. It will show you have a minimum duration of time to react on a particular problem. If you will not react, it will go high, and after some time it will reach at a particular level where you need to shut down your particular plant. Okay, so it can lead to a financial losses, because if you shut down your plant, or just shut down a particular unit of a plant, so it can lead to production loss, and lots of issues are there. So it is not acceptable that to shut down your particular process units every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes. It is not possible. And as you know that it is required that particular process units will take too much time to get on. Okay, if you want to start up your plant as well as shut down your plant, so it takes some time. Simply you cannot put one switch and on your plant. Okay, it takes some time. Now there are also various types of hazards that are present in startup and shutdown operations of the plant. So after some time we have planned a live session for you guys. So in that particular live session I will be covering the major two hazards, that is your thermal shock as well as hydrate formation within the process plants. Okay, which are the main issues, main hazards which are present in startup and shutdown operations. Now I hope this is clear to you. Now we will go to some next points. That is your alarm management life cycle. So before going that, because it is a big topic actually, we will go to in the last. I have some basic definitions for you, so we will go through it. Afterwards we will see. Okay, now I have prepared a questionnaire, means there are a set of questions which I'll give the answer for you. Okay, so you can get some basic idea about alarm management, its importance, and why it is necessary for the operators and all. Okay, so first question is how does alarm management affect operators' performance? Okay, so if we have an operator who is operating our processes, who are just sitting on SCADA and DCS systems, so how that particular alarm management can improve its performance? Okay, so it can improve the operator's performance a lot. Okay, so if a operator is there, he is properly trained, and he have attained a refresher training, so he can totally he can totally improve your alarm management strategies. By how? See, if you have a proper alarm management standard as well as alarm management system within your organization, okay, so it will tell your operator that something is wrong in your plant at a particular location, so he need to react as soon as possible. So that particular operator will be alerted over there, and he can take necessary action as soon as possible. Okay, otherwise if you don't have alarm management system, what will happen when things are already gone wrong? That time your particular, what you can tell, operator will get to know that yeah, something is wrong, I need to react. So maybe at that time the things are gone totally out of hands. Maybe at the time when operator reaches the point where he need to screw that one valve, at that time there was a fire, there was a flash fire, so what he will do? He will also run away. So there is no benefit of that. Okay, so at that time alarm management is very crucial. So alarm management will give you early indications, early warnings of that, yeah, something is gone wrong, you need to react it as soon as possible. Okay, second point is that to help operators to diagnose abnormal situations. It means that operators can easily diagnose, easily identify what are the things going wrong inside that particular your process plant. Generally this can be done by your SCADA and DCS also, because as we know that we are not a bird. If we are a bird, we can simply fly up to the plant and can see something wrong is going over there. So at the time DCS and SCADA will help you a lot. It will give you a totally overview, or you can say it's like a PNID diagram of a plant, will tell you each and everything, because SCADA is not a single screen, there are multiple screens. If you put on Google, you will get to know what is SCADA and what is DCS system. Okay, so kindly note down that DCS and SCADA. After this session, you can just check out what is SCADA and what is DCS and how much complex it looks like. Okay, so if you want that, I can prepare a separate video on that. What is SCADA and what is DCS? How much different they are from each other, and what are the applicability of their significance. Now, third point is there to guide the operators for the necessary action they need to take, because alarms are of different types. Okay, I'll tell you in the next after some time what are the types of alarms are there, and alarm villains also. There are alarm villains. Okay, so they will that particular alarm management will tell them this is a low priority alarm, this is a middle priority alarm, and this is a high priority super duper alarm. Okay, so like that particular alarm management will tell your operator, yeah, he need to take that action now at that time. Okay, so these are the 3 points that will change the performance of your operator who is sitting on the desk of SCADA or DCS. Now, second question is there, common alarm management villains. Now see, we have understood alarm management. What is alarm management and something about that. Now there are some villains in the sense problems associated with alarms. Okay, when we have that much big complex plants, at the time we need to install lots of alarms. Okay, when too much of alarms you are installing in your process plant, at that time there will be some special kind of issues will be there. Okay, sometimes your alarm will not be working, sometimes they will work together and make a lot of noise. Okay, so like that problems will be there. Nitin Yadav, hello. Okay, fine. So I'll tell you what are the major villains are there within an alarm management system. Okay, so out of that, first is your alarm overload. Okay, alarm overload is that means is if you have an operator, okay, he is just simply using SCADA and DCS systems. So at that time he got around 20 to 30 alarms at a time. So what he will do? He will be confused. He cannot take appropriate action. If he will not take appropriate action, then you know the consequence. What will be the consequence in the process industry sector? Okay, so alarm overload is a very you can say serious issue. I'll tell you after some time how much alarm our operator should take within 10 minutes of time. Okay, there is some statistics is there. I'll tell you in this session. Okay, within the duration of 10 minutes, how much alarms our operator can receive without any issue. I'll tell you. Now, second is your alarm floods. Alarm floods in the sense lots of alarms are going, and you can tell that alarm floods, lots of alarm. It's like a similar to alarm overload, but in that alarm floods, different types of alarm are ringing. Okay, not from a specific sector, from different sector they are ringing. So alarm floods are also issue. I'm not taking that particular alarm floods in more depth because it will taken in a different class where I will tell you alarm rationalization and all. Third is your nuisance alarms. Nuisance alarms means there is no problem in your process. Everything is going fine, but they will ring. Okay, they will simply make your pressure. Simply they will tell you something is wrong, you will come in tension, you will take unnecessary actions. This should not be taken. So these are nuisance alarms. Okay, now if you ask about the types of alarm, I'll just tell you the types. Okay, more information can be taken from Google, otherwise I'll take in another session because it is too much comprehensive. We will understand, it will take too much time. So types of alarm is, first is your chattering alarms. You can just write down the CHATTERING, chattering alarms. Second is standing state alarms. Third is your bad actors on frequently occurring alarms. And third is your redundant alarms. So 4 types of alarms I told you. There are more classifications is there. In ISA 18.2 also they have classified alarms in a particular way. Okay, so these are the common alarms: chattering alarm, standby state alarms, bad actors alarm, frequently ringing alarms, as well as redundant alarms. Now third is alarm which have. Now next we will see is alarm management. What is the proper definition of alarm management which is given in ISA 18.2? So they have given the definition is that, like that, the process of which by which alarms are engineered, monitored, and managed to ensure safe and reliable operations. It means the process like which in which we are designing the alarms, managing the alarms, as well as maintaining the alarms. That will be called as alarm management. When I will teach you alarm management life cycle, you will get to know what I want to say here. Okay, the process in which the alarm are engineered, it means designing the alarm, okay, setting its targets and objectives, okay, implementing them, auditing them. Okay, this will be total process will be called as alarm management. Now there are some goals of alarm management. We will understand what are the goals of alarm management are there. So first goal, they have improve the situation awareness of the operator so that he can better improve the unplanned shutdown damage to equipment. Matlab, if any you can say awareness situation is there, awkward situation is there, so he can get to know, he will be aware about the situation, so he can take necessary action at an appropriate time. Okay, so the things can be controlled within a minimum duration of time. You can take this example by a example of fire drill. Okay, so you know that asset and RSET. I'll take you one important concept, asset and RSET. Asset mean available safe egress time, and second is required safe egress time, asset and RSET. Okay, we have asset means available safe egress time, the time which is required to come out from a building. That much time we have. If we will not come out from that building in that much time, then there will be a hazard. We will be under abnormal condition, and required safe egress time will depend upon your manpower or the persons who are working in your industry. So RSET should be very low as compared to asset. I've already explained you in evacuation modeling. You can just check out that video if you haven't seen that video. Okay, asset and RSET. Fine. So like that, this concept is there. Second is process safety incidents, to prevent the process safety incident, because as I told you in the initial stages, process safety, when we talk about process safety, so at that time alarm management, functional safety, system safety, SIF and SIL, these concepts come out in front of us, because these are the main things which when we talk about technical safety. Okay, so if we are not properly managing the alarms, so they will not work on the hazardous situation. So if they will not aware us, how can we get to know there is a hazardous situation? If we will not get to know about the hazardous situation, how will take the appropriate action? If we will not take, the things will be catastrophic. Okay, so fine. Now you get to know about particular ISA. Now we will talk about some alarm management standards. Okay, what are the standards and guidelines? So after this session, if you want to know more about this alarm management, so you can just visit this particular standard and get to know about that. So first is your ISA 18.2 that I told you, management of alarms in process industries. ISA 18.2, International Society of Automation. Second is your IEC 62682, International Electrotechnical Commission 62682. You can check out that also. Next is AMUA 191. Okay, this is, I think this is a particular standard which they have developed in UK after a major accident which was happened because of shortcomings in the alarm management of a particular process industry. That is name is AMUA 191. That is a UK based standard. Okay, AMUA 121. Now one important thing is there, ISA 18.2, technical reports, TR are there. We need to understand something about TR. What are technical reports? So see, these are the TR. Totally 7 TR are there in ISA 18.2. So what is the meaning of TR? TR will tell us how to do the things. Okay, standards are there. Standard will tell you what to do, but how to do, TR will tell. For example, see, if I tell you, if I am reading one standard, I see for example any health standard I am reading. Okay, they are telling that just do noise measurement studies in your workplace, but as you know, there are lots of ways by which noise measurement can be done. Okay, but they have not specified any of the type. So how we are going to do? But if you go to the guidelines, they will tell you. In the standards, they will tell you how to do, what is the process of that. So like that, TR, technical reports are there. They will tell you how to do. Standards will tell you what to do. Technical reports will tell you how to do. Okay, it's like a process. Like, so 7 TRs are there. I'll explain you what is the meaning of TR one by one. But before we start the TR, I have one small announcement for you. Lots of guys are commenting over there regarding asking for doubts, asking for, just avoid that background sound, sorry. Okay, So lots of guys are asking about, sir, we need to ask your doubts, ask some doubts, just give us some your number and all. Okay, so guys, see, giving number is not possible because we are also some busy. Sometimes he will call, so sometimes maybe I will not maybe I will not be possible to receive that call, so it will create some sort of some problem. Okay, so better what you can do is, recently yesterday I have created one Instagram account designated to totally EHS Academy. So the account name is Academy EHS. Totally you need to write in short, Academy EHS, no underscore, no dot, Academy EHS. You just need to type, our channel logo will come over there. Okay, so you need to follow that. So whatever the updates are there with regards to our channel, as well as safety and EHS related updates, I'll put there. Okay, as well as important announcements I'll put over there, as well as whatever the doubts you have, you can just put directly DM over there, because if the number get distributed, there will be a issue, as you know that. Okay, so just you can message over there. So this is a short announcement which I want to tell you. So whatever the doubts you have, I'll try to clear them as soon as possible. Now we can move to the TRs. As I told you, 7 TRs are there, 7 technical reports are there. So first TR is your alarm philosophy. TR number 1 is technical report number 1 is alarm philosophy. Now what is the meaning of alarm philosophy? So see, in alarm management, if you see alarm management life cycle, alarm management, so that alarm philosophy is a very crucial element of how. Question arises how. So see, whatever the information is there regarding alarms, how they will look like, when they need to be implemented, for which process they need to be implemented, everything will be given in TR number 1, alarm philosophy. So keep remember that alarm philosophy is a very crucial element in even your alarm rationalization process is there. I'll tell you what is the meaning of rationalization. Okay, so at that time also alarm philosophy is very crucial, because we need to take reference from alarm philosophy. So TR number 1 you can write down alarm philosophy. Now TR number 2, alarm identification and rationalization. Okay, alarm identification means what and rationalization means what. So see, alarm identification means we have lots of processes in our industry. Some are very hazardous, some are less hazardous, some are moderately hazardous. So we need to identify for which process which type of alarm is required. Okay, because different type of processes require different types of alarms, and different types of alarms require different type of philosophies, rationalization process, as well as different detailed designing. Okay, so we need to identify them. And now alarm rationalization, I told you alarm philosophy. Now what is the meaning of alarm rationalization? So alarm rationalization means just we are confirming that whatever the targets we have, whatever we have mentioned in alarm philosophy, are we meeting with that particular targets, with that particular objectives in our alarm? If it is yes, that's okay. If it is not, we need to again go to the alarm philosophy, just do some changes and come again with these changes. Okay, third is your BAD, TR number 3, technical report number 3, basic alarm design. We need to design the alarm depend upon our process, what will be the wiring, what will be the routing of wiring, okay, how much annunciators will be there, what will be the location of the alarms, okay, what are the response actions for that. This is going to be a basic design for that. Now TR number 4 will be your enhanced and advanced alarm design. Okay, it is clearly showing that whatever the design you have prepared in TR number 3, now you need to make it more detailed. You need to make the things more clear. Okay, the time duration for which the alarm will ring. Okay, the operators, how they will get to know, what will be the color coding which will be using in alarm management for that particular alarm. Okay, what will be the operator responses. Okay, how operator will know what type of training it is required, alarm classification. So these all things will be written in detailed design. Okay, TR number 5 is alarm monitoring, assessment and audit. Now we have installed the alarm in our industry. Now we need to monitor it. Is it working properly? Whatever the intentions and expectation objectives we have in alarm philosophy, are they meeting? Are we meeting with them? Okay, as well as advanced what I've told you, assessment and audit. We need to measure it continuously. We need to assess it, as well as in the last we need to do ISA 18.2 standard we have. We need to do auditing for that, alarm management auditing. Okay, I'll tell you in the last, in any next session I'll tell you what is alarm management auditing. TR number 6 is alarm system for batch and discrete processes. As we know that we have batch processes, discrete processes, complex processes, different type of processes are there. So for that any special alarms is there, so we need to put that alarm system for that batch together process as well as separate processes, discrete processes. Okay, tier number 7 is alarm management when utilizing package system. It is a different. Okay, when we are using package systems, so at the time we need to use alarm systems. Now next is your, I told you what is the definition. Now we will go to the something interesting, that is your, how many alarms can an operator get to know. Before going to that, we need to see one important point. What are the things that make an alarm successful? Okay, there are basically 3 steps that makes an alarm successful. Okay, I'll tell you one by one what are these 3 steps that makes an alarm successful. First is your detect, second is diagnose, and third is respond. So whatever the operator we have, he should know for what color, what type of alarm is there, because we have different type of coding. So he need to identify, he need to have a ability of detecting the alarms, because there is a very big screen of SCADA, different types of monitors are there. So he need to identify, yeah, there is the alarm, there is the location where the problem is there in process. Okay, so he should detect. After that, diagnose in the sense his mind should work. He need to diagnose the situation, which type of situation is that. It is a very complex situation, very big situation, or a very small situation. Okay, after that he have diagnosed, he need to respond. Up now respond can be manually or maybe through electronic or automated control systems. Okay, he need to respond as soon as possible before the things can go wrong, more and more wrong. Now as I told you previously, how many alarms can an operator respond? Okay, this thing we will discuss, very crucial thing, guys. Now I'll tell you one table. By using one table we will discuss. Now average alarm rate per 10 minutes. If we have a duration of 10 minutes, okay, within 10 minutes, if we have the alarm more than 5, okay, so there will be around, again we will start, sorry for that particular thing. We have a 10-minute of duration of time. If we have the alarm, number of alarm more than 10 within that 10 minutes of duration of time, so there will be 1440 alarms per day. So that will not be possible for that operator to respond to these alarms. Okay, so it is very unlikely to do. It is not practically possible. Now second, if we have 5 alarms within a duration of 10 minutes, then what will happen? So there will be 720 alarms. That is also not possible. Our operator is there, he need to totally just respond to 720 alarms. So that is not a possible way. Okay, if we have 2 alarms within a duration of 10 minutes, then is it possible? Then we'll be having 288 alarms within one day. Yeah, it may be possible, looks like possible or manageable, you can tell. If we have less than 1 alarm or 1 alarm within a duration of 10 minutes, then we'll be having 144 alarms per day. Okay, yeah, we can respond 144 alarms per day. But just see one thing, in SCADA or DCS system, we will be having lots of persons are there. It is not just what you can tell operated by one single person. There are lots of guys are there, so they can respond 144 alarm within a one day. Okay, so that's not an issue. So now you understood how many alarms can an operator respond within a duration of 10 minutes. How much alarms are practically possible. Now we will go to the next point. Next is your alarm floods. There is a, I told you previously, there was a alarm villains are there. So under that I'm going to explain you what is the meaning of alarm floods. Okay, alarm floods or alarm showers. So see, it is a condition, basically it's a condition in which the alarm rate is more than the operator acceptable rate. As I told you, within a 10 minutes of time, 10 minute duration of time, there are 25 alarms. So it is possible to take that alarms? No, it is not possible. So that will be called as alarm flood. Okay, this is a typical example of alarm flood. Now we have some more interesting things. Yeah, we have some examples of alarm rationalization process. So see, first of all, alarm rationalization process cannot be covered in one session. It's a very big thing and may take around 30 to 40 minutes in order to cover that alarm rationalization process. So just we can go through some steps of alarm rationalization process. But before going, again I'll give you one revision of alarm rationalization process. What is the meaning of alarm rationalization process? So see guys, I told you about alarm philosophy. What is the meaning of alarm philosophy? So whatever the alarm philosophy we have, we just make suring that we are meeting the alarm philosophy. Yeah, we are following that alarm philosophy, whatever we have, just we are make suring that, just verifying that in alarm rationalization process. Okay, so it have some steps, so I will tell you the steps. First is check alarm validity, just checking whether the alarm is valid or not. Okay. Second is determining consequence of inaction, means if we have an action, if we will not put any alarm, we will not respond to the alarms, what will be the consequence of that. Okay, checking alarm validity as well as consequence of inaction. Third is document case confirmation, means whatever the documents we have with regards to particular alarm, we just need to see that whatever the standard, whatever the guidelines are given in their documents, are we meeting in practical implementation also or not. Okay, just cross verification, you can tell it's a cross verification. Next is your corrective action. If we are not making, we need to take corrective action. It is also part of previous one. Second is documenting. Documenting means whatever the alarm we have, we just need to document all the functions relating to it. So in the future reference, if we want to do any MOC or and all management of change in process, so we can easily do it without any problem. Next is your assign alarm priority. Assign alarm priority in the sense we have different types of processes, different types of alarms. So if 3 alarms ring together, so which type of out of these 3, to which alarm we need to give priority? We need to give him priority this or this. So it will be considered an alarm rationalization process. Again, it will be dependent on alarm philosophy. Next is your alarm classification. As I told you in 18.2 also, International Society of Automation, they have done some sort of classification inside that. For example, they have just done one classification that is called high level alarms or super duper alarms, they can told him. Okay, so generally it varies industries depend upon their process complexity and level of process, and depend upon the plant area and all. Next is determine alarm activation point. So I'm not going to discuss that point because it will be covered later, because it requires some more in-depth understanding of alarm management standards. Just we need to determine at what point, at what stage we need to put the alarm. So it requires some calculation also. Okay. Verify reminder of an alarm attributes. Next is your access need to special handling in the special cases. Now guys, I just need to tell you about one resource as well as one software. So see, if you want to attend some webinars as well as some information, so you can just follow the companies which are providing the alarm management services, or you can just go to the standards. So for example, in the webinar of functional safety, I told you about Exida. Okay, Excellence in Developing Automation, that is the company name. So they are one of the top partners in providing functional safety, system safety and alarm management cyber security services. So their clients, okay, as well as you can go to TUV Reynolds, TUV Suit and TUV Node. So these are the websites, you can just visit their website and just check out. Otherwise you can visit to YouTube channel, that is name is your Exida. They have lots of webinars with regard to alarm management, so it will be easy for you to understand over there. Lots of CFSC and CFSP are there, certified functional safety expert and certified functional safety professionals. We are taking that webinars, so you can just visit there and attend these free webinars. They have already uploaded, and in the near future also they may be uploading such webinars. Now they have one software that is called Cell Alarm. So it's a software which is used for alarm rationalization process. Okay, because it's a complex process, so we can utilize this software for assuring that whatever the alarm management, alarm rationalization process we are doing, it is good and it is done by a reliable software from a reliable company. Now some more things are there that I want to tell you. That is your alarm management life cycle. This is one of the last topic. After that we will go to the next topic. So alarm management life cycle. So there are lots of points that we need to discuss in alarm management life cycle. One by one we will go. Okay, first is your alarm philosophy. So in the beginning I told you what is the meaning of alarm philosophy. Just writing the objectives and what are the targets we have with regards to that alarm. As you know that safety policy is there. Okay, in safety policy what we are doing in the first section of journal statement of intent, we are writing what are the objectives of the management of the company with regard to health and safety. So like that, in the philosophy section we are writing the objectives, our objectives and our needs, as well as our what you can tell aims and objectives with regard to that alarms. Okay, alarm philosophy is your first stage of alarm management life cycle. Second is your identification of such processes in your workplace which requires alarm, installations of alarm, as well as those it may be a batch process or a discrete process, depend upon your plant complexity and plant process, because it vary process to process. If you have pharmaceutical industry, it may be different. If it's a chemical industry, it may be different. Okay, because different industries have different processes and different type of risk. Third is your rationalization process, alarm rationalization process, in which we just make sure that our alarm, we just meeting the alarm philosophy, whatever the alarm philosophy we have written, we are meeting them alarm philosophy in alarm rationalization process. So in the near future I'll make a video on alarm rationalization, so you can get to know what is the meaning of alarm rationalization process. Fourth is your detailed design. Detailed design in the sense, what is the meaning of detailed design? Detailed design in the sense, whatever the alarms we have designed them, we have chosen the material, we have assured the quality, we have done all the things. Okay, so it comes under designing the alarm as per ISA 18.2. Generally, if you see that ISA 18.2, it is regarded as good engineering practice. So it's if you are following ISA 18.2, so it is regarded as good engineering practices worldwide. Okay, next is your implementation. Now what is the meaning of implementation? Now we have designed, we have rationalized, we have done philosophy. It's time to come on field. Take your alarm, put into the field, put into the process, evaluate it whether it is working as per the intention task or not. Okay, after evaluation, if it is okay, then fine. If it is not, you need to take it alarm again, do some changes in philosophy. If philosophy is everything okay, then we need to rectify that alarm so it can meet the criteria whichever is mentioned in alarm philosophy. Next is your operation. Now what is the meaning of operation? Operation means we need to implement that particular alarm in your operation process. It may be any process. It may be a CDU, crude distillation unit processes, vacuum distillation processes, cracking processes, co-cracking processes. So every process we need to implement that. Afterwards is your maintenance. After operation, we have implemented that particular alarm in operation. Now we need to do the maintenance of that. Okay, maintenance should be done as per the ISA 18.2, because when we are doing the maintenance, at that time if something goes wrong, if some process changes are there, so we don't have any alarm because all the alarm under maintenance, so we need to take any additional backup alarm, so it can tell us, yeah, something is going wrong while you are repairing, while you are doing maintenance of that alarm, so you need to respond on that. Third is monitoring and assessment. Monitoring and assessment means we just need to monitor, yeah, our alarm is working properly, and assess its risk, whether it is working properly or not. Next is your MOC. Now MOC is a very crucial concept. It is one of the element of process safety. Okay, MOC means management of change. I'll explain you what is the meaning of MOC in depthly. See, when we are doing any changes in our plant, okay, so at the time new changes will come with new hazards. So if our manpower, our workers are not understood by these changes, so it can result in abnormal condition, meeting with hazards. So for example, if you took one new machinery, okay, if your workers didn't receive the training about that machinery, so what will happen? They will meet the probability of meeting the hazards with that new machinery will be very high. Okay, in comparison of when your workers have received the training about the hazards associated with that machinery and other things. So we need to give them training and tell them there should be a proper MOC program in your workplace, so everything can be trained to the workers, whatever the changes we are doing in our workplace. Next is your audit. Audit, as we know, we need to do the audit for ISA 18.2, our alarm management, whatever we have system, we need to do the audit for that. Okay, so everything can be discussed. So guys, this particular alarm management life cycle is finished now. Now next is one important discuss I want to do with you is when we are developing ISA 18.2. So at the time, as I told you previously, there was some industries that are telling that, yeah, we are not under that category, we don't need any alarm management standard, why need to implement that much you can tell money on alarm management and all. So when we were developing that alarm management, okay, ISA 18.2, when we are developing, so at that time there was lots of hard work by lots of professionals from different energy industry sector. They are from pharmaceutical, chemical process risks and all. Okay, so that particular ISA 18.2, it's a, you can say it's a common, it's a result from the hard work of lots of people. It took around 6 years for the development, so we should not tell like that we are from different industry, we don't want any, what you can tell alarm management standard is that it is made for everyone, those who are working in process industry and all, it is made for everyone, so we need to make sure that. Okay, now there is a one important concept is also there. Yeah, that I will tell you when our performance to react on the alarm will decrease. Okay, under what circumstances, I will tell you some statistics of that. So see, one column is protection layer, other is probability of failure as per your ISA 8.2. Okay, now operator response to alarms 10%. It means operator is, if your operator is responding to the alarm, then yeah, process will be controlled as soon as possible. On the other hand, if human performance means your particular operator comes under stress when lots of alarms are ringing at the time, your operator comes under stress, so the performance of that operator will reduce to 1.0 to 0.1%, means it will be very low, means he may not be able to take decision which alarm to take first. Okay, so make sure that whenever your worker or operator is taking alarm, taking the switching the alarm, it should be without any stress. On the other hand, if your operator is without stress, under stress, so it can lead to 50 to 100%, means he will be totally unable to take the alarms. Okay, lots of 100% chances are there he will take some inappropriate action which are not needed. Okay, on the other hand, if he is not, what you can tell, if it is properly trained, he is not taking any stress, so 0.1 to 1% chances are there he will be failed in taking the alarms. Okay, so less probability of failure is there. So it clearly shows that if you are doing alarm management, mostly you need to train your workers on alarm management, which alarm to give priority, which not to give priority. You need to make it more easily, more eye catchy. Okay, don't make the all alarms in a single color, single sound. Make different sounds for different alarms, different color coding for different type of alarm, so that it can be easily recognizable. Okay, now we have covered with all that. Yeah, now you can start asking your doubts, whatever you have with regards to that or with regards to any general doubts, so we can take that doubts. We have next 15 to 20 minutes we can take that. If you have any sufficient doubts, you can ask now. Bicky Singh, he is asking what are the types of alarm, just tell me the types of alarms. Yes sir, I'll tell you the alarms, but just write down that, because I'll take a separate class in order to explain these types of alarms. Will give you a comprehensive description of that alarms, because it requires some time. Okay, so first is chattering alarms. Okay, second is standing straight alarms, third is bad actors and frequently occur alarms, and fourth is redundant alarms. I'll repeat again. First is chattering alarms, second is standing straight alarms, third is bad actors or frequently occur alarms, and fourth is redundant alarms. Okay, so this session will be uploaded in YouTube, so whenever you want to see, you want to learn something, you can just check out that. We will take some more doubts. Can you please mention standard and description after this class? Yeah, HSC Learning Academy. So brother, ISA 18.2, if you want to know about the standard, if you want comprehensive understanding of that ISA 18.2 international systems, or what do you call ISA 18.2, so I'll make a separate video on that. So we cannot take full standard, as you know that it is not possible to take your construction safety standards, so that's why we will take the main highlights of that standard. Okay, so that's not an issue, we'll take ISA 18.2 very easily, International Society of Automation. Gaurav Lakshman Sakpal, is there any diagrams of alarm which represent over there is a PNID diagrams? Brother, see, here you need to understand some basic concept. Gaurav, PNID is a different thing. Piping and instrumentation diagram, it is totally showing your hardware, whatever the pipes you have, vessels you have, reactors you have, pumps you have. Okay, it will show only that, because to understand that plant easily. Okay, same types of things will be shown digitally in your SCADA and DCS screen. Okay, so there is a very less relation between the PNID and alarm management diagram. Yeah, you can find them in alarm management documents, whatever the alarm philosophy documents you have, you can find the detailed design of that alarms inside that. Okay, so whenever you need, you just refer to alarm philosophies. Okay, so that's not an issue. Ganesh Tiwari, how can we get to know the alarm management full details, sir? Any source? Yeah, sources are there, Ganesh. You can just do one thing, you can just visit to ISA 18.2. Otherwise, after this session, I'll send some documents to you guys in our Telegram group. Okay, so you can just go through that. There will be a short summary of alarm management. Okay, so you can just refer that. Otherwise, ISA 18.2 will be a big, yeah, after some time we also have plan for reviewing one great book for you for alarm management in process industry sector. Okay, I'll review that book now. That's why I have take this session, so you can get basic understanding, because if I will not tell what is the meaning of alarm standard and directly will review that book, so what is the benefit of that book? Because you don't know what is alarm management means, how you are going to study that book. So now you have some basic understanding of alarm management, but it will be increased day by day. Whenever we will take alarm management classes and other things, it will be increased. Okay, any other doubts, guys? We have next 9 minutes. Yeah, we have next 9 minutes. You can ask your doubts. After that, whatever we have, we will discuss. Okay. So you can just join us on particular Instagram, that is Academy EHS. Whatever doubts you will be having, whatever the updates we will be having, we will discuss over there. Yeah, and one more important announcement for you guys, that is regarding fire and safety research analysis paper. As I told you in the last webinar, we have discussed something about that. So for our first paper, we are going to discuss one important paper, that is your spectral heterogeneity of Santa Ana and non-Santa Ana winds in Southern California and its implications on fire risk modeling. That will be your first research paper analysis. That will be our paper that is published this year. Okay, we will take that paper and understand what is the meaning of Santa Ana, non-Santa Ana, fire risk modeling, spectral heterogeneity. Okay, so it will be a very comprehensive. It will become around in September. This paper I'll take a video with you guys. Okay, and lots of guys are there. They are asking me about NEBOSH classes. Okay, NEBOSH classes. They are asking when we are going to resume our NEBOSH classes. So we will start that classes from September. 1st September we will start. If everything goes fine, we will start from September. Okay, and today just tell me how you like that video. We have today reviewed one college, that is a Cochin University of Science and Technology. How you like that video? The response was absolutely fine. I have checked out the results, and in this series tomorrow we are going to, maybe probably the chances are there, tomorrow I am going to upload another college, that is Alagappa University. That will be special because I too have done my degree in Bachelor's of Science in Fire and Industrial Safety from same university, so it may be beneficial for you. Okay, so any other doubts you have? We have next 7 minutes. Ganesh Tiwari, thank you sir, always learn something new. Thank you. Yeah, fine Ganesh. Or whatever guys you have suggestion, you can just write down them. Previously I have created one poll, so at the time you were telling that we need some improved infrastructure and all, so that's not an issue. We will try to make that infrastructure more and more good, okay, as soon as possible. So keep supporting. Any other doubts you have? Okay guys, I have one small plan also. If we can take one session next webinar we will be having, I'll just discuss with you what is the topic of next webinar. Okay, next webinar probably we will be having one webinar on CRSP and CRST certifications. So those individuals who are interested to work in Canada, okay, if you want to work in Canada, want to get registered over there as a OHS or safety professional, then you should attend this webinar. Okay, in that webinar I'm going to tell you about what is Board of Canadian Registered Safety Professional, that is your BCRSP, and how you can achieve the CRSP and CRSC certifications. Okay, what is the pathway, what is the eligibility criteria, everything about that. After that, we will be having one webinar on FRTs, floating roof storage tanks. This is a topic which I have taken from NEBOSH IOG and one of the crucial topics when you are working in process industry. Okay, so we will be having one webinar on that. So I hope that these two webinars will be useful for you, and try to share these webinars with your friends so more and more people can connect with us, and our community can increase day by day. Okay, and if you want any specific video on any topic, then kindly comment over there, otherwise put in Telegram group so we can just check out that videos, that suggestions and all. We have next guys 5 minutes, you can ask your doubts. Yeah, fine. Yeah, so we have today discussed about alarm management. Just let me summarize for you what we have discussed today. So those who have joined in the last, they can get some summary of that, what we have discussed today. So today we have discussed about IS 18.2, that is the International Society of Automation. After that, we have discussed about what is alarm, what are the types of alarm, and common alarm villain. Alarm villain in the sense, what are the common typical problems that are coming inside the alarms when we are installing the alarms, as well as we have discussed what is the significance of IS 18.2, why we have developed IS 18.2, what are the hard works that have been done before developing IS 18.2. Afterwards, we have gone through what are the other typical standards that are applicable to IS, that particular alarm management standard. Okay, we have gone through ACA as well as IC standards. Okay, after that, we have gone through the alarm rationalization, some steps of alarm rationalization, as well as in the next part we have gone through some the operator response times, when our operator should respond, as well as types of alarms and how many alarms our operator can respond within a specific period of time. Okay, we have gone through all that. After that, we have also gone through some technical aspects which are given IS 18.2. So these are the things what we have discussed today. Okay, so let me just cross verify that something we have missed or something, all thing we have covered. Yeah, and the one small thing was left, just let me tell you that also. So generally there are always 3 stages in an alarm. Okay, that is your normal stage, abnormal stage, and shutdown stage. Okay, so what happens in normal stages, your alarm rang, your alarm will ring. Okay, so if you are able to control, if you are able to respond your alarm at that duration, normal duration, so you will be in safe zone, your process will come under a safe zone with a minimum duration of time. Okay, on the other hand, if your particular alarm graph will go under abnormal, then it will be a problem. Okay, there will be something, what you can tell, something wrong will be there. Okay, so something wrong is started on that particular location. If you control in that situation, your graph will come again down into the normal stage, and third stage is their shutdown. So what happens in shutdown is there will be no benefit of controlling that particular scenario. You just need to shut down your plant. Okay, so the situation is very critical. Now you have to just shut down particular plant. Okay, after shutdowning there will be lots of issues again starting that particular plant again. Okay, there will be lots of issues will be there when we are again starting our plant. Okay, so just we need to, every time our approach is to initiate our alarm in the normal stages apart from abnormal as well as shutdown stages. Okay, so this is the typical graph. I hope you understand it easily. Now we have next 1 minute, guys. Whatever doubts you have, you can just ask it. After that, we can end the session. Next 1 to 2 minutes we have. Today lots of guys are there who was connected with us. I hope for everyone, those who have connected over there, this webinar was useful. So like that, webinars will be coming within the near future. Okay, so from last 1 week, as you know, that from last 1 month we were not taking any webinar because of health conditions and all, but now everything is fine by God's grace and by your blessings also. So we'll be continuing with our powerful content in the near future. Again, I'm answering you guys for NEBOSH IGC class. We have temporarily stopped these classes because of my health condition, but we will start that, resume that classes from IG1 element. As I told you, we have finished with IG1 element, IG element, IG2 element. Okay, we will start that element with September 1. We'll be having again continuous classes. We will finish that classes. After that, we have online training. I have designed one training for you. That is 10 days training on wildfire science and aerial firefighting. Gaurav Lakshman Sakpal, address panel is for alarm. Brother, can you elaborate your doubt? Not understood. Just elaborate your doubt so it will be beneficial for everyone. Just put in some description so I can understand. I think you were asking something about hardware related doubts. It is not from alarm management and all, it is from hardware. I think you are asking. So hardware, bro, it is available easily from contractors. You go to vendors, they will give you the catalogs of that. You can choose any panel which is in the best in the industry. You can just choose that. No issues about that. If you're, sir, addressable panel for alarm system, sir, is that addressee panel for alarm system? Yeah, it will be there, brother. It will vary from alarm to alarm. Okay, different types of alarm require different types of panels. You are knowledgeable. Thank you, sir. Okay, so different types of alarms require different types of panel. Okay, so it will be totally depend your alarm philosophy. Okay, because lots of factors will be there which will decide your types of alarm, types of hardware, cabling, which will be required to install your alarm. Okay, okay, it will be depend on that. Next 30 seconds we have, guys. Okay, fine. I hope there are no more doubts from your side. So thank you guys for connecting over there. I hope this session was useful for everyone, and we will try to make our future webinars and future videos in English so that everybody can be benefited, because lots of guys are there, lots of our friends are also there from southern India. They were also telling that we should cover in English, so we'll try to come in English. Okay, so we'll come up with these type of webinars in the near future. So thanks for connecting. Have a nice day. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank you.